GPT-4 is coming out, and let's talk about how that's going to affect business and marketing. But first and foremost, we're going to watch this little TikTok over here and check it out.
GPT-4 is coming next week, and listen how crazy it's going to be. The CTO of Microsoft Germany announced that they're going to be releasing GPT-4 next week, and GPT-4 is going to be multimodal, which basically means that GPT-4 can interpret both text and images. So ChatGPT obviously can only generate text, but with GPT-4, we'll be able to use text, images, and even videos. That means, for instance, that you could take a video as input and answer questions about it via text. The ability to use text, images, or videos interchangeably as input or output is game-changing. If you want to keep up to date with everything.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you think about a business as an example, so let's use my ad agency Single Grain. So we pump out a ton of content. So for the marketing school podcast that I do, that's a daily marketing podcast, and that's audio, right? So you can take the audio from that, or you can take the video, and this is being recorded on Riverside. That's the tool that we use. And you can basically just ask it to interpret, like, what is the summary of that video? Imagine this, if you have an API, okay, let's say you can just automatically drag a video into something. Let's say the tool that I'm recording this into right now, it can just take the video and automatically make it into a blog post. It can automatically make it into a tweet storm. It can automatically make it into a LinkedIn post, okay? And maybe it'll get you 70, 80% of the way there. And then you just hire a bunch of writers that will help you complete it. Make sure that the editing is good, maybe add some more information, maybe add some statistics, some trends to it. And then you're gonna be able to pop out a lot more content. So I think we're actually gonna see a big rise from a content kind of sprouting standpoint, right? So the framework that we use when it comes down to creating content in general is we do the content sprouting method. So that means that we might have a video, right? So this is an example, a video, and that will convert into audio, and we'll also convert that into blog posts or short form Twitters or LinkedIn's, and then we'll go all the way down to promoting that piece of content and then ultimately monetizing it. Maybe you can be selling ads, you can be selling products, or you can be selling like someone else's product. So that's also known as affiliate marketing. So I think this is going to be exciting, and this could be game changing because I think it's going to save a lot of time. Because the problem right now with ChatGPT is, as an example, going back to marketing school again, daily marketing podcast, we take the transcript from that and then we ask ChatGPT to summarize it. Then we run it through a duplicate content checker, and then we have a writer. Okay. So I actually think the things that I'm kind of describing to you from a manual process standpoint right now, I believe we're going to see a lot of services that are going to create this type of stuff. So if anybody's out there creating podcast content or YouTube content, someone else can come in and say, hey, like, we'll help you actually 10x your output or get you on all the other channels, right, at a very high level. And I actually think that's a very viable service that a lot of people will pay for. So we're going to test it out for ourselves, and then maybe that's something that we might offer for our clients. That's one aspect of it, right? The other aspect is, if you use GPT-4, now you're going to be able to just automate it, right? And so if you can just create a product that can say, hey, just drag your video in here, and then we'll output it into all these different formats, and then we'll actually help you create the process by adding a human editor in there and a human writer and someone that can help you basically just create things end to end. Ultimately, what it's going to do is it's going to make things a lot easier, right? And so that's an example of how you might do this from a marketing standpoint using GPT-4. But what about all the audio content? So we have a client, for example, they teach audio content around, becoming a doctor, for example, or medical examinations, right? And so how can you take all that audio and then summarize it into something that's easy and concise to read without having to go through your entire volume of 20 years of content or whatever it is exactly, right? With a drop of a button, you can just basically have it all done at once, okay? And you can maybe have it even converted to video as well. So text is just one piece of it, right? So ChatGPT right now, the limits of it is, it can summarize stuff, maybe it'll make stuff into tables or whatever. But now if you can take an entire video, convert the key points into a table, convert it to a blog post, it's the next level of time saving. We're only scraping the surface right now, which is why I've been saying that I believe that AI in its current form is overhyped, but long term, I think we're going to see much more than we've ever imagined, right? So much more than we could have ever predicted. I think that's going to happen long term. I think right now it's still a little overhyped. And as an example, I recently just spoke at a conference in Dubai, and most of the talks on the first day were all AI related, right? And all of them were kind of just saying the same thing. And so I think we're going to start to see points of differentiation here. And I just gave you an idea for a product. If you're going to go out there and you're going to create this product right now, that's something a lot of people can use, right? So GPT-4, it'll get you 80% of the way there. So let's just call it 80% content. And then you might have to still add in a human element there. I think that's going to be really exciting. And that's something I really want to test out internally. So that is it for this video. And if you enjoyed this, please hit the subscribe and the like button. And we'll catch you in the next video.